There is no challenge too big for Vernice FlyGirl Armour. She went from cop to combat pilot and served overseas as America's first African-American female combat pilot. Now she's on a different type of mission. In her book, Zero to Breakthrough, she shares 7 key steps to create a breakthrough mentality to get what you want in life. Welcome. It's great to have you here with us,
It's great to be here.
All right. Some more kudos here. You're also the first African-American female to serve on the Nashville Police Department's motorcycle squad, and you played professional football?
Women's professional football.
Yeah, I mean, this is just amazing. All right, so how did all your experiences get you to where you are right now?
You know, I like to say everything that was in the flight suit that I used to wear is now in this suit, and many times I'm in a business suit or regular clothes that we all wear.
We should talk about it. You're no longer in the military.
Right. I'm not in the military. I've been out 4 years now and started my own company, and I travel around speaking, actually sharing these experiences. So
how did you do it personally? How did you overcome everything? Because I'm sure along the way someone said to you, you can't do that.
You know, it boils down to your why. Is your why big enough? And that's one of the first things I talk about. Create your flight plan. Where are you? Where do you want to be? When you're a little kid, we ask kids, what do you want to do when you grow up? I wanted to be a police officer that rode a horse downtown. So I ended up riding Harley Davidson.
Well, you've done more than that. You know, I wanted to ask you, what path did you realize that you knew that you were doing was the right thing, but you've gone through different paths.
Absolutely, and you don't have to just stick to just one thing. You know, when I look at some of the young folks trying to so desperately to decide, I'm like, do it all. You know, I know a book that I'll write for kids coming up is going to be Horses, Harleys, and Helicopters. You know, the things that I did over my life, but it'll give them elements on how to choose, how to take that step. You don't have to do everything at the same time, but even for folks who are looking for that job right now or in that major transition or were really impacted by Hurricane Irene, there are going to be so many things on the list, but what can you do right now, that committed, consistent action to move you forward?
We have some pictures of you in your plane and some of your experiences. Now, this was a picture of you in Iraq, or
this is
Kuwait?
Actually in Kuwait and Ali Salim, and that's some of the destruction from the first Gulf War.
Okay.
Right.
And the second one, oh, here. It's a staging area, you said.
We were brand new, boots on the ground in Kuwait, getting ready to go. And I just love this picture with the American flag and the Marine Corps flag.
So what did you learn from your military experience? There you are in front of your jet.
You know, the number one thing I learned, and folks will ask me about it all the time on Facebook and Twitter, or, you know, when I'm speaking for whatever corporation, and they all want to know, was it hard? No, number one, Granny always said anything worth having is worth working for.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
But number two, acknowledge the obstacles. Don't give them power. And those are the types of strategies and techniques that I try to give folks, you know, in this book as well. How do you take the tangible steps to create those breakthroughs that you really want in life?
You want to break through those obstacles. All right, let's
Right.
talk a little bit about some of the things you do talk about in the book. You say, we already discussed the first one, identify your passions.
Right.
And so get your flight plan
Create
ready.
your flight plan, right.
Now, stop procrastinating and prepare. A lot of people do that. It's tough to,
Even I
stop
still
doing
procrastinate.
that. Exactly.
You know, but if you're conscious of what you're doing, number one, yes, you want to prepare. But at a certain point, you have to move from preparation on ice, right, to inspired action. So how do you move from that preparation phase, even from procrastination to preparation, I'm getting ready to doing it, to actually executing, because that's really where the magic happens.
Also, you already talked about this, acknowledge and move the past obstacles.
Yes.
Feel fear and focus anyway.
And I like to say, transform your fear to fuel. Transform your fear to fuel. If you can imagine the energy from a grenade just going out everywhere. Instead, you bring that energy back in and you focus it like a laser beam, laser sharp.
Face your fears. Okay.
Right.
Success is not a final destination, as you've already showed us in life. You've had so many successes.
And I like to say success is not a final destination. Failure is not a final destination, right? And failure is fertilizer to create the future successes. But you know, what does success look like? Many people have to reframe success, and that's a personal vision. Because if you say, I want to weigh 155 pounds, but when you get to the top of the stairs, you're still breathing hard, your clothes are hanging off of you, get crystal clear. Again, go back to that, create the flight plan on what you want to do.
We have to wrap up right here, but we also, you say, become a leader in all that you do, and you say, If they say it can't be done, prove them wrong.
Starting with yourself, cleared high.
Vernice, thank you. Again, the name of the book is Zero to Breakthrough. Don't go away. There's more Connecticut Style right after this. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.